Welcome to Orthodox World This Week Orthodox News in Digital Space. I'm your host, Abel Matthews Alex. Let's see your latest updates in the Orthodox world. Metropolitan Georgios of Paphos elected as the Archbishop of New Justina and Old Cyprus. Metropolitan Georgios of Paphos was elected as the Archbishop of all New Justina and Old Cyprus by Holy Synod of the Church of Cyprus on December 24, 2022. The election procedures in the Holy Synod started with the liturgy, followed by electing the new archbishop from the trispune. According to the synodal report, 11 hierarchs voted for Metropolitan Georgius and 4 hierarchs voted for Metropolitan Athanasius and 1 blank vote. The election was made by the people of Cyprus, and which included His Eminence Metropolitan Athanasius of Lismon, His Eminence Metropolitan Georgius of Paphos, and His Eminence Metropolitan Isaias of Thamos and Orion. Election results were announced at the Cathedral of Agios, where the Archbishop-elect signed the decision. Later, Archbishop-elect made his first address. President of the Republic of Cyprus extended his wishes to the Archbishop-elect through the telephone conversation. The elections to the throne of the Archbishop of Cyprus started as the throne became vacant due to the demise of his Beatitude Chrysostomos II. Archbishop-elect was born on Athanion on May 25, 1949. In 1967, he graduated from the Pakrian High School, and later he studied chemistry at the University of Athens. And the same university, he also studied theology during the years 1976 to 1980. He was re-educated in England in chemistry and theology. On December 23, 1984, he was ordained as a deacon by the Bishop of Salmias Barnabas, and on March 17, 1985, he was ordained as an elder and was ordained in Archimetrite by Archbishop of Cyprus, Chrysostomos I. In 1994, he assumed the duties of Secretary of the Holy Synod. In the parallel to his above duties, he also worked as a chemistry teacher in secondary schools. In 1993, he was promoted to the assistant director. On the occasion of his arrest and abuse by the Turkish troops during an anti-occupation demonstration in 1989, he filed an appeal against Turkey to the Human Rights Committee of the Council of Europe. The Council of Europe, by its decision numbered 507/3.2.94, condemned for the first time Turkey for violating human rights in Cyprus and imposed a monetary fine on it. On 24 April 1996, he was elected by the Holy Synod of Bishops as Bishop of Arionos, and on May 26, 1996, he was ordained as a bishop. On December 29, 2006, he was unanimously elected by the previously convened Electoral Assembly as a Metropolitan of Paphos, and the following day he was installed in his seat. He represents the Church of Cyprus in Pan-Orthodox conferences and dialogue with the Roman Catholics. He is also the president of Bioethics and Educational Committees of the Holy Synod. Government banned Patriarch Porphyry from entering Kosovo and Metiodia. Patriarch Porphyry, Archbishop of Pec and Patriarch of Serbia, was stopped by the government authorities at the crossing of Mendrada, told that he was forbidden to enter province on December 26, 2022 on his way to Patriarchate of Pec. Patriarch was on his way to the monastery as a part of the Christmas celebration. Patriarch responded on his Instagram, "As a patriarch, I went to first and the most important seat of my church. As a priest, I went to be with my people on the eve of the most joyous holiday. And as a citizen, I went to my house, to my home." President of Serbia, Aleksandar Vučić, visited Patriarch on December 27, 2022, and discussed the current situation, the border tension with Kosovo, and responded, "I introduced the Patriarch with the situation from the different angles. I think that yesterday's decision to ban him from going to Kosovo, which is the Palestinian authorities carried out, and not allowing him to go to our sanctuary, speaks best of those who organized it, and that is only partly the Palestinian regime. They announce all day long how harshly they will condemn what Palestina did, when in fact we realize that Serbs were to blame. It is on the biggest shames they could afford. They can neither take the Patriarch nor the Church from the souls of the people who are in Kosovo and Metiodia." Pope Theodoros II visited Patriarch Theodoros II. His Holiness Pope Theodoros of Alexandria visited His Beatitude Theodoros II, the Patriarch of Alexandria and all Africa, on 25th December 2022 at the Greek Orthodox Patriarchate. Both primates shared visions of the Holy Nativity. He was received by His Holiness Theodoros II, Patriarch of Alexandria, the Greek ambassador, and the bishops, where he congratulated them on the occasion of the feast. Georgia celebrated 45th enthronement anniversary of Patriarch Ilya. Georgia celebrated 45th enthronement anniversary of Catholicos Patriarch of all Georgia, His Holiness Ilya, on December 25, 2022. Patriarch was visited and congratulated by the President of Georgia, the Prime Minister of Georgia, and the Chairman of Parliament of Georgia, and the President of National Academy of Science of Georgia. Celebrations were made at a minimal level after the statement of Patriarch Ilya. Metropolitan Shio Sinaki and Skutros held the liturgy that was led at the Trinity Cathedral on a special occasion. Patriarch Ilya was enthroned as the Catholicos Patriarch of all Georgia on December 25, 1977, after the death of Patriarch David V. Pope Theodoros II received Canadian Minister of Transport and Lebanese Interior Minister. His Holiness Pope Theodoros II of Alexandria received Canadian Minister of Transport Omar Al-Gharia on 22nd December 2022 and Lebanese Minister of Interior Basma Malawi on 20th December 2022 in his papal residence. Several topics were discussed in the meeting, and His Holiness referred to the Egyptian history and the unity of Egyptians that they live with throughout the years through the Nile River and with the Canadian minister. His Holiness commented the good relationship between the church, the state, the parliament, and other churches in the land of Egypt. Also, the friendly relationship between His Holiness and Sheikh of Al-Khazara. His Holiness invited the minister to visit the Egyptian archaeological sites to learn more about the ancient Egyptian history and also to visit national projects that have been done recently in Egypt. His Holiness mentioned the two issues Egypt faced, which were terrorism and economic collapse, and it was able to develop poor communities and meet their basic needs and improve their basic needs on the level of education. It was also able to eliminate terrorism, and His Holiness wished the minister a great stay in Egypt. The Lebanese Interior Minister mentioned during the meeting that it is his first visiting in Egypt, expressing his happiness over the invitation of Egyptian Minister of Interior, Major General Muhammad Tafiq, of him to the visit to Egypt. His Holiness Pope welcomed him and he spoke about the history of the Coptic Orthodox Church and the history of Egypt from the Roman era until the entry of Islam to it, stressing that the Egyptian people live in love and harmony throughout the years. Pope condemned the good relationship between the church and the government, Al-Sahara and other Christian denominations. At the end of the visit, His Holiness presented a memorial gift to the minister and his accompanying delegation, wishing them a great time in Egypt. Holy Synod of the Ukrainian Orthodox Church published open address to Ukrainian President. Session of the Synod that was held on December 2022 at the Palamonian Monastery in Phoenicia decided to publish an open address to the President of Ukraine, Mr. Zelensky. The address that was published condemns the unlawful acts, violence, human rights violations, and legislation against the Ukrainian Orthodox Church. Synod also reported activities of the Church in the year 2022 that were focused on delivering aid, rescue, and support to the armed forces. You can get the full version of the open address on our website. Metropolitan Juvenalia awarded with the Order of Merit for Fatherland. Metropolitan Juvenalia was awarded the Order of Merit for the Fatherland, first class by President Vladimir Putin on December 20, 2022 in Catherine's Hall in Kremlin. The Order of the Merit for the Fatherland, first class, was awarded for great contribution to the development of spiritual and cultural tradition, the strengthening of peace and harmony between people. The award to Metropolitan Juvenalia was announced on September 25, 2020, after 56 years of service in the different dioceses. Metropolitan Juvenalia returned on April 21, 2022. That's all for the week. Thank you for watching Orthodoxy Cognate page. Hope to see you in the next week.